Hello everyone, this is Radio Hazbin here to give you guys another hot take, and yes, the model's done. So anyway, today we are talking about something that's obviously been quite established. Obviously we got the streaming autographs that are happening next week on the 11th to the 13th, and this time we got more of the cast. This time we got Alistar, we've got Nifty, we have the musical voice for Charlie coming in, we got Back Griffin also, and we do have Husk joining in the fray of autographs. However, that is not what I'm about to talk about today. That's specifically what I'm going to be talking about today. Husker, to be more exact. Obviously, if you've seen his autograph picture, which of course is done by Hunter B, which will be right here, and of course there'll be a link in the description down below to her Twitter, so again, I am willing to give credit. There was something that caught a person's eye about that particular autograph, and yes, I just took my glasses off. Deal with it. But it's mainly about that. So obviously that's what we're gonna be going over today. So let me just go on to that. This was actually brought in description by Brooke. Brooke obviously is another theorist, and again, link in the description down below will be her Twitter. So I am willing to give only half the credit because I'm just broadcasting the information. So obviously, if you had a look at the image itself, which would be right here on my side, basically in this circumstance, he is holding a full house, which of course is the highest rate of cards which you can get in the game of poker, which consists of one number, an ace, a jack, a king, and a queen. Those will be down below also. But of course, each one of them is defined by a hidden meaning. Of course, each one of them representing a character. A 10 representing Nifty, an ace representing Angel, a king representing Alistar, a queen representing Charlie, and finally a jack representing Becky. Each one of them is a significant meme in the actual Hazbin universe of how basically each character is going to affect Husk. So here we go. So in the case of Angel, in this scenario, obviously apparently their love is going to actually blossom. Yes, Husker Dusk is going to be officially canon. This has been actually stated by Brooke, where basically she has said in more proverbial sense, on which I'm going to say, internationally the Ace of Hearts is a card of love, happiness and celebrations. The ace symbolism combined with the heart symbolism indicates the birth of a new love, or a beginning an emotionally fulfilling period in the Queen's life. So obviously this is going to affect Charlie in some way, we don't know how. The number symbolizes the beginning or the source. Obviously, the ace being well, basically either 1 or 11, depending on the terminology, which apparently obviously it could be 11 in terms of blackjack, which of course was the game that apparently Husk was playing in the pilot. This could also reference what Angel wants with blood and how he likes once he finds it. Obviously, Angel can be quite selfish, which is basically something that he is pretty much known for, obviously because of his habits, in a sense. But how basically Angel is portrayed, apparently he is more likely to be selfish in the future, and as well as apparently we obviously know by established law, the more likely Angel is going to break down at some point, and it's going to be quite nasty, and more likely Husk is probably going to be one of the most reliable sources to cry on, in a sense. So obviously, that is the segment for Angel. So now, let's move on to the next one. Now, we're moving on to Nifty. I'm sorry, I'm moving my camera, I'm still new to this. Yeah, I'm moving right now. But anyway, so now we're moving on to the Nifty, who is represented as the 10 of Hearts. Obviously, it's more the appreciation for Nifty, the family that she requires, obviously, for cleaning the actual hotel establishment. The 10 of Hearts reads thusly: The 10 of Hearts are ambitious and have penetrating focus. An overwhelming need to be loved and appreciated compels them to be the best of whatever they want to be. This definitely categorizes Nifty in a rhetorical compelling sense. They also have a knack for good business and secure the best contracts or conditions for success. Obviously, we haven't got that far with Nifty, as we commonly know at this point in time, but we do exaggerate the points about that. More likely, again, Nifty is probably going to play a major role, and more likely it's going to have a major arc at some point in the future. So stay tuned for that. So now we move on to the next one, being Alistar. Alistar is represented as the King of Hearts, which was pretty much blatantly obvious. Most people would probably think that probably the King of Hearts would probably be Lucifer, but in the sense of the autograph, it makes more sense for it to be Alistar. So here is the King of Hearts definition. King of Hearts are very confident and not stubborn at all when they are sure of themselves and the principles of which they stand. By nature, they are the most desirable people of the earth and the most worthy of love. However, for Alistar, in between him and Husk, this could literally mean obviously that apparently they respect each other. They already know a lot about each other in that kind of way. So with that, obviously it comes into a bit of a middle ground between the two. They obviously have respect for each other. They pretty much are friends in a sense. So that's pretty much it for Alistar. So now we move on to Charlie. Obviously, Charlie is represented by the Queen of Hearts, which of course is a very quite honourable piece considering that obviously she is the Princess of Hell. Obviously with that, let me speak thusly. The Queen of Hearts are the real judges. Then they judge by the rules and principles of loves. They promote the dreams, conceived desires, and the visions of the world of joy and peace in the union of kindred hearts and the doctrine of universal brotherhood. This will more likely explain why apparently that Charlie is pretty much optimistic and judges people by basically wanting to be optimistic of trying to get them redeemed. Hence why I created Road to Redemption in the first place. Also, again, pertains to Husk, but it also does to Alistar. So that's a rather interesting note. Obviously, with this could come into more likely foreshadowing of basically Charlie letting Alistar in, and this could cause undesirable chaos in pretty much the foreseeable future. So, again, obviously Alistar coming in is a positive, but it's also going to have a drawback in the near future. But again, we don't know what's going on Vivienne's head, as much as I would like to. But hey. Now we move on to the last person being, of course, Vagafa. So obviously, Becky is represented by the Jack of Hearts, which of course is the last card, which apparently pertains to a 10. Each one pertains to a 10, especially in Blackjack. And it goes thusly. As one of the 3 fixed cards, the Jack of Hearts feels strongly about their vision of love. They are surrounded by the Christ spirit of sacrifice for love. And they often make sacrifices in their life, and personal fulfillment may be given up for some higher cause of philosophy. Someone's gonna die. Someone's gonna die in Hazbin, we don't know who yet. And that's gonna be an interesting thing to see. Obviously, it's more likely gonna be something that apparently that Becky may have to do in the near future. So, I may do a hot take on that at some point. But hey, that's pretty much everything that apparently we know. Again, link in the description down below to Brooke's Twitter, and of course to Hunter B for of course the autographs, and I'll be linked down below to the autographs if you guys want to purchase those. There are a plethora of good stuff. Even though my Brandon Rogers one should be coming around next week also, because I'm getting ready for Cyberpunk. But anyway, this is my hot take. If you guys do enjoy the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Again, hit the notification bell, make sure you select all and don't select personalized, because sometimes it doesn't get through. Make sure you also comment, because again, it will come through to the algorithm. But also, hit the like button. Make sure you share this with friends, get this trending with the hashtag Hazbin Hotel, and of course, hashtag Radio Hazbin. But that's just my outtake. So, everyone, I shall see you all for next time. Bye bye!